Hello winners! Welcome back to our channel. I'm Michelle and welcome back to another late night recording, which means I'll probably ramble a little or stumble over my words because it's about 2 in the morning right now. Anyways, newish revealed today. Review. See, I'm already stumbling over my words. They're all new bags that have released fairly recently. One of them's a little bit older but still available, so I would consider it, at least I think it's still available. I think it is. I think the last time I checked it was still available, which was fairly recent. But they're all relatively new. They're all Stitch Shoppe bags, which if you don't know, Loungefly has like a spin-off sister brand. I don't know what they consider it, but they release like a line of, so they call it Stitch Shoppe by Loungefly, and it's usually consists of like a line of clothing of whatever theme it is, and usually with a matching bag too. Sometimes it's just a bag, but lately it's been mostly like a whole like collection with like usually a top, skirt, dress, shirt, like as in like a button-down shirt, and then like a matching bag. That's like usually some of the things that their lines would consist of. Like I said, not always. Sometimes they release just a bag, but these bags usually do run a little bit more expensive, and they are like a little bit higher quality, I would say, than like a regular Loungefly, and they're usually like better quality, or at least like more elaborate than like the mini backpacks and stuff, if that makes sense. I believe they're all crossbodies. I don't think there's been a Stitch Shoppe backpack. I think they're usually crossbodies. Like I said, I'll show you guys the ones I have that I'll be showing today. But if you've seen Stitch Shoppe before, like for example, there's the Enchanted Rose one from Beauty and the Beast, the lamp from Aladdin. So they're usually some kind of like, I would consider them like cosplay pieces, because they're usually something kind of like more than just a bag, right? They don't necessarily look like what you would normally think a bag would. They're usually something a little bit more fancy. Although one of the ones I'll show you today does look more like a crossbody, but anyways, we'll get into it. There's a reason why it looks that way, I guess, so like it's okay. So in this case, like it makes sense that it still looks like a bag. But anyways, I'll be showing 3 today. And like I said, they're all still new, and as far as I know, still available. 2 I think are only at loungefly.com. 1 is actually available at some small shops that stock Stitch Shoppes. So I'm not sure of the specifics behind it because I'm not a small shop, but I think there's like a reason why not every small shop stocks Stitch Shoppe. I think it might be because they can't get just the bag, maybe they have to get the apparel too. And that might be a little bit harder for small shops to sell because it is a little bit more pricey, with obviously you're having to invest in more pieces to try to sell. And while the clothing does sell, I don't think they sell like great. I don't know. So maybe it's like a little bit harder for small shops to invest in it unless they're pretty sure they have like a big enough fan base that will buy it, kind of thing. So like that's why I've only seen a few small shops carry the Stitch Shoppe things, although there's been a couple more that have started stocking them. Like with the one I got from is from Shop Merch Ventures. They've stocked Stitch Shoppe for a while. I know Grotto Treasures has. Wow, I just kind of lost track. Those are the 2 that have been stocking Stitch Shoppe for quite a while. There's a few more that have jumped in here and there. I think like 3 Little Mingos has started stocking a few of the Stitch Shoppe one. Mad Bagger I think actually just started listing a few too. But anyways, you'll see it. A lot of like more small shops are starting to stock, and I think if they're building up their customer base, then they're more likely to be able to sell like this higher end line basically. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. We'll start with the oldest one. So for our Star Wars fans, so this one, like I said, they don't all come with a line, but this one did. There's like the t-shirt like top. I have one of their I think I only have like one Stitch Shoppe like apparel item. It's a shirt. The fabric is like very thick. So it's like, at least like I said, it is like it's higher end stuff. So if you like that kind of nerd apparel, they're very nice to have. But anyways, they came with like a top. They have like a cool like new style skirt that came with this line where it's like put on the front and back. You can flip it around. It's all good stuff. And yeah, there's like at least like one button down as part of the line too. But anyways, here's the bag that's part of that line. So again, if you don't know about Stitch Shop, the reason why I say like I feel like it does cost more, and I feel like the material are a lot more substantial too than Loungefly, if that makes sense. Like the bags feel very sturdy. And then one other thing about Stitch Shop items is that pretty much every item comes with a special like limited edition pin that was made especially for the line. And so it's the same pin, so any piece that you buy from the line, you'll get the pin. So if you buy like 2-3 pieces from it, you'll have like 2-3 of these pins. But they're usually pretty cool too. So like, here's the one for this one. A little on the blurry side. Is it not focusing it? Yeah, you've got an X-Wing TIE Fighter and like the blue, pink, neon colors that match the bag. The bag does glow in the dark. And it also has 2 glowing lightsabers on the side. So I'll show you guys those details in a little bit once I actually turn them on. So we've got blue one, red one. And the bag opens on 2 sides. So first it does have a handle strap so you can hold it that way. But here is one side. So this is the whole thing with like the skirt too, right? It's dual-sided, so you get dark side on one side, light side on the other. Here is the first side on this bag. So we've got, it's like I said, comic book style, Star Wars. And then, so here's the first side that opens. Get this awesome comic book print on the inside there. I haven't even actually looked at this really fully yet, so I'm looking at it for the first time with you guys, which I do for most of my bags, but anyway. So you get a front pocket right there. You get the main compartment pocket, and so the print goes all the way in, and then here's the battery pack. So let me go ahead and see if I can get it turned on to show you guys. Oops. Oh my gosh. The buttons sometimes are like really hard to push. Okay, so the blue one's a little bit hard to see on the camera. I feel like the red one's a little bit more noticeable. I don't know, I guess it just doesn't translate well to the camera. They're pretty bright. I think it's just because the room itself is already really bright, and then the camera's not gonna be able to pick up the brightness, but you can kind of see that lit up there at the top. Yeah, the switch will be inside, and you guys can turn them on. So now we know that the switch is on the dark side, which is funny, right? You think about like, okay, it's dark, you can turn on the light so you can see them. So you go to the dark side, turn it on. And then here is the light side cover. And comic book artwork there. So the inside lining actually is a different color on this side. If you guys remember the other side with the comic book, it was the blue that's on this side, it was the pink. Hot pink on the other. That's cool, so it is a little bit different. Maybe the scenes are different too, though I'm just not looking at it. But again, you get, it's big because it's the whole size of it almost, but it is flat, so there's not like a ton of room that you can get. Oh, and it looks like this side, you get a zipper pocket on this side. Okay, so battery pack on one side, zipper pocket on the other. Here is the crossbody strap. So it's that style where it's, you know, the metal chain part on the ends, and then you get the leather strap in the middle. And I assume adjustable, they usually are. Yes, yeah, sorry, I was trying to look for the buckle, but there it is, so it is adjustable, which is good, like I said, for the shorties like me, when the straps, especially with like, I've noticed chain straps too, often like run really long for me, and the bag hangs down to like my butt and stuff, and I'm trying to walk around, it's just bouncing away. But yeah, you guys are cool. Just notice that the little date on there says 4th of May for 35 cents. Actually, this one says 23rd of May on the dark side one. Oh, sorry, trying to get the focus for you guys. Cool. Yeah, here's just letting you guys know. So here on the bottom, it's a mix of the pink and blue. Oh, that's fun. Okay, yeah, see that's like a little piece of detailing, right? That people might not necessarily even notice right away. But yeah, see, so you get both pink and blue on here, while light side has blue, dark side has pink. That's awesome. I appreciate little details that would go into something like that, where you might not even necessarily think about something like that until you see it and you're like, oh, whoever thought about that did a good job. Alright, so there's the first one. Like I said, I believe it's still available. I think at least I saw like the clothing and everything still available on Loungefly.com too. And I'm fairly sure it's only on Loungefly.com, but now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like I might have seen it at a small show. Maybe not. The way to tell, I think, is if you go on Loungefly.com, when you look through their products, if it's an exclusive to just them, I believe it should say the word exclusive on like the little banner when you know the little thumbnails when you're looking at the products. The little banner on there, I think it should say exclusive, and that means it's exclusive to literally just their site. Otherwise I think it'll say like new, or it won't have it at all, or whatever. Yeah, alright, so there's that one. These two other ones have released like right around the same time, so like new. But here is the next one. So if you do, it's a weird shape to hold, it like fell backwards. If you do know about Stitch Shoppe, you'll know that they have released this design already, but in a different color. So I want to say it was, so the black part on here was red, and then the poison apple-y part, it was about the same, maybe a little bit more greenish. Well, this one's a little bit more white. I don't have it to do like a direct comparison, but they have, you know, the red glittery poison apple, and then they released this one where it's, you know, it's been a long time since I've seen Snow White, but when she poisons the apple, does it turn black for a bit at all? I don't know. Maybe it does. Like I said, it's been a very long time since I've watched Snow White, so I can't quite remember the details. But they did release this. If it's not movie accurate, then it's just a spooky version of the bag, I guess. They released it right around, like, they just released like a ton of their Halloween stuff, and this was released at the same time, so maybe it's just a spooky Halloween version of it. But I don't know how well you can see it on the camera, but it is sparkly, which I believe the red version was as well. So you get this really nice glitter on there. It's not like the really rough glitter that you can feel. It's like the glitter is like in the material, so it doesn't feel scratchy or anything like that. So I didn't realize this either until I actually got it in person, but this is like loose on the bag. I think the one place it's sewn in on this whole front part is like right there in the middle. It's like this tiny section right here, but otherwise it's actually, you can pull it away from the bag, which is interesting. I don't know why. I thought it was just like fully connected to the bag, you know, and then same thing on the back here. But I forgot to show it on the other bag, and probably because it doesn't have it. There's not a Stitch Shoppe logo on here. I'm like just noticing. Oh. Forgot to mention too. I told you that the shape of that was a little hard to hold. Sorry, I'm just checking though. Yeah, this bag I just realized doesn't have the Stitch Shoppe logo. Maybe partly because there's nowhere to really put it properly. Because it would kind of cut into the design of like the comic book design, right? Oh, alright. So, Stitch Shoppe logo. Again, you guys are new. Stitch Shoppe does have their own little plaque and everything. I hope that's focused well. Yeah, they have their own little plaques. It's on the back of this. It does have this dagger through the heart zipper hole. I believe that's the same on the other one as well. I think I remember seeing it on the red version of this bag. It's like, why is it not unzipping? It's stuck on like the little plastic tie that's on the strap. Oh, forgot to show you guys too. Remember what I said about Stitch Shoppe bags or products? They come with their own special pin and everything. So this one you've got that skull cup. Oh, it's the skull with the the black crow or raven, whatever it is on top. It's a little cut off because it's kind of hidden under a little glow-in-the-dark tab. But yeah, there's that. It's the crossbody strap again, chain, the leather part of the strap there. It's a little hard to get to focus on the inside of the bag there. But you get poison apple, her crown. It looks like the goblet that she drinks the potion from to turn into the old hag. Heart dagger, of course the mirror. Actually a couple different versions of her crown in there. Pretty cool. Checking for a zipper pocket or anything. Don't think it has one. Yeah. My lamp is about like, you know, the same kind of roundy shape. It has no inner pocket. But yeah, and then forgot to mention, so this whole white part here should glow. So more glow in the dark features. But yeah, very cool. I will say this material on this outside, so the black glittery part is like a nice sturdy, like I'm guessing faux leather material, while this is like it's a little bit on, it's that softer material. Hey, if you guys have the old Mickey, the Ghost Mickey one, yeah, like the glow in dark Ghost Mickey backpack, I'll show you guys a picture right here. But the old school, that's the same material, I think, because that's what it feels like, and it would make sense that it's the same like white glow in the darky material, right? So that's what that feels like, which means there are some creases kind of around the material. I don't know if you guys can, again, I don't know if you can quite see it on camera, but like where it bends and stuff, there are some creases in the material. I would say that's probably normal just because of what the material is. It's gonna be a little bit, it's gonna wrinkle because it wants to lay flat. It doesn't like being bent. Yeah, I think Snow White fans, or even just villain fans in general, this is a pretty cool piece to have. So good for just spooky season. Alright, like I said, last I checked, this one should still be available on Loungefly.com as well. And I think just Loungefly.com. So I don't recall seeing it anywhere else. I think it's just their exclusive. This last one I have seen at other shops. I've bought it at other shops. So I bought this one actually from Shop Merch Ventures. I do have a discount code for them too. I haven't talked about them in a little while, but same thing, Nguyening. I'll put it in the corner for you guys. They stock the whole line. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I saw Gardo Treasure has it too. I feel like I've seen it at a couple other small shops. I can't think of which ones right now off the top of my head. Just one I can't remember, two I'm like tired, so. But this Nightmare Before Christmas line is at least several small shops as far as I know, or you can buy straight from Loungefly.com as well. But look how cute he is. We've got Zero. So like the poison apple, this is a good example of like Stitch Shoppe style bags being like what I consider like cosplay pieces. They look like they would be able to be used as a prop, not just a purse. And I've mentioned in past videos, like one of my favorite things to do now is if I'm not wearing like my cosplays and I can wear a backpack. Can't always wear a backpack walking around with cosplays because it throws off the look of the cosplay, right? But these Stitch Shoppe bags are like perfect. I've done Aladdin a couple of times now where I've been walking around and carrying the lamp purse so I can hold all my things in there and it's not like distracting from the character. People have loved it because they think it's just a prop and not like a bag that I'm carrying all my stuff in. But they love it, so much fun. And it's the only one I've used there, so this is the only one I've used with the cosplay so far to use as a prop piece. I haven't been Belle in a while, so, but if I do, I would definitely walk around, you know, with the enchanted rose as a prop. Stitch Shop needs to give me some kind of cool Moana pop. Honestly, I don't know what they would do to make it a bag. Maybe the boat? I don't know. It'd have to be one of the sidekicks or something, right? Or, you know, maybe the necklace. That would be cool. It would be huge, but that'd be a pretty cool prop. But anyways, they released their Nightmare Before Christmas line. He's so cute. Oh my gosh, I just realized there's a big old like scratch on the bottom of his ear here. The material. Oh. Oh, sorry. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Tired, meaning I get distracted a lot more easily than I normally do, and I already normally get super distracted. But here's Zero. So, trying to remember what's in this line. It's, I think, a top, skirt. I don't remember what else. I don't think a dress with this line necessarily. Like, so some of them will have like a top skirt combo, and then also like a dress combo. But in this case, I think, I can't remember what else was included in this line, but there is a whole line of clothing with it as far as I know. I don't think they released like a line of clothing that for the Black Apple bag. That's why I was trying to remember which has what. I forgot to mention that line, that bag. It was released just the bag. I don't think that there was a whole line, but this one did. They released it with a whole line of clothing. Anyways, Yuki. So he's, you know, the bag itself is the shape of him all the way around. There's the Stitch Shop plaque on the back. So when I first saw just like a picture of it, I was like, how does he open? Because I was like, I don't know if like maybe his head unfolded or anything like that. But I don't know. I wasn't really sure. I couldn't use, it's hard to tell just from the photo. But you guys, this is how he opens. Look at this. So on the back side of him where the plaque is, it's magnetically closed behind him. And I'll see if I can try to show you guys the lining. So these, because of these shapes, it's kind of hard to show lining. And remember what I said, comes with a cool pin. So I believe it's like the anniversary for Nightmare Before Christmas, and that's why there's been so much Nightmare Before Christmas merch recently. It's just him floating around, different faces on the inside. So cute. So the entire lower body, this portion, is like the bag. So there's not a ton of space, partly because of the awkward shape of it. You know, like you're not gonna be able to fit like anything big or anything in there. But if you have a ton of little stuff, I'd say like a small wallet, you know, your small wallet, hand sanitizers, just anything that's not like huge, you'd be able to kind of all throw it in there. That fit pretty well. So like my hand span from like thumb to middle finger is about 8 inches. So you can see that it's a good size. You can definitely put at least all of your essentials in there for sure. In terms of material, it feels just like the white part on the poison apple. And again, it reminds me of the material on the Ghost Mickey. So it's like the softer material, which I do feel might be able to get scuffed up easily if you're not careful. So like, again, white too. So you'd have to be pretty careful with it, I'd say. But yeah, it's the same material. His head is actually a little bit of a different material than the bag, or maybe just less stiff because it's his detail. So here you have his ears, his little pumpkin nose. So freaking cute. And then his eyes and his mouth are all embroidered. You can probably actually see it on camera because it's such a big detail. But embroidered eyes. forgot to check the strap really quick. Took it off already. Here's the strap. So it's fully the faux leather with no chain or anything. It is adjustable. I will say there's only like 3 or 4 slots. I have it on the smallest one, and it's still, when I'm wearing it, he hangs like down really low, like down by my hip, and that's the smallest setting too, so the bag will hang like way down here on me somewhere. I can't remember where exactly, but somewhere down pretty low. So if you're short, just be prepared for him to hang pretty low on you, unless you can poke some more holes in here. If you're handy or have the proper tools to do it, just to poke more holes in this so that the strap can be shorter. But I'm not handy, and so I don't want to run the risk of damaging the strap. So I might just buy like a replacement strap of some sort just to shorten him up a little bit, rather than run the risk of damaging the strap myself. If you're handy, you can fix it. So you guys can kind of already see it's a really long strap. I don't know if maybe it's on purpose because they want him to hang lower to look like he's kind of walking next to you. He's a big bag too, so I guess if it's any higher, it's gonna get in the way of my arm, so you would want him to hang a little bit lower anyways. But yeah, like I said, available at some small shops, so that way you can use a discount code on them. Alright you guys, this video has already gotten long because I've rambled. I did want to show you guys the details on these bags a little bit more because they do have very nice detailing on them. Like I said, if you have Stitch Shop bags or haven't yet, you guys do know that I'm letting you know if you don't know, but if you already have them, you'll know. They do feel more substantial, like the material's like more sturdy. The bags tend to be heavier too because of they're built sturdier. But yeah, worth checking out Stitch Shop bags if you guys like the designs. Like I said, I know the higher pricing point can definitely be a deterrent, because I think they usually run closer to like between 100 and 125, which sounded like a lot more than regular Loungeflies, but we're also getting to the point where even a lot of the Loungefly bags are starting to run in like the $90, $100 range, right? Like especially the ones that come with the pop, they're already running into that over $100 territory too, so it's starting to get there. Inflation's hitting everything, including Loungefly bags. But alright you guys, sorry for the very long video because of, again, late night ramblings. But don't forget to do all the usual stuff, like, subscribe if you like this video, or subscribe to our channel so you can always get notified for new videos that come out. Leave a comment if you have any questions or anything, as usual. But yeah, alright you guys, thank you so much for watching. We will see y'all next time.